Yo, what is good? What is good, everybody tuning in? We're going to get to the comment sections in just a moment, in just a second. We've got a few things to talk about. We got a few things to talk about. Like, why did television show cars do things there that they can't do on the real street? Like, why did the General Lee burn rubber on dirt? You can't explain that. You can't explain that. Also, another big one we're going to be talking about, probably going to take up most of our time tonight. Uh, it's going to be Turning Point USA. Will they be replacing? Will they be replacing the Super Bowl halftime? And is Bad Bunny really that bad? We got 4 months, from what I heard, to learn Spanish, proper Spanish, because even me, sometimes I can't understand Puerto Rican Spanish sometimes. So I gotta sharpen up on them skills. We got my boy coming on too. We got a special guest on for today. That's my boy. We're gonna start by cracking them open, guys. Today we're gonna have some root beer, but a little bit different. This is some different stuff right here. If anybody's tried this Sunday ice cream A&W, I don't know. I'm trying to be a little health conscious by getting a zero sugar. The verdict is in. We can definitely put some vodka in this and spice it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Plus, we got us a little new snack here. The Oreo Reese's. I'm just being a fat ass today. I have to own what I am, guys. It's okay. No big deal. So we got a few of those subjects kicking in today. The biggest one is going to be Turning Point USA. Big talks about who's going to watch that versus the Super Bowl show. Wrestlers. Let's get down to some wrestle talk a little bit today. Wrestlers that people love to hate. Who's in the top 5? Who's in the top 5? We got to do that. But before we do that, before we get into it, I got a little item I couldn't show last week. I'm going to show it off today. But before we do, let's bring on my boy, because I'm not going to do this by myself tonight. You know what I mean? There's lots of things I can do by myself at night, but not tonight. I'm not going to do this by myself tonight, okay? Bring on my boy. Easy. Ain't nothing but a G thing. Motherfucking E. Baby, what's going on, my boy?
What is good, homie? What is good?
Magic. I noticed today we don't have us to. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
There you go.
There we go. And actually, I'm a little. I'm gonna turn this.
I need to mount them somewhere because once I get my table over here, I can mount them. But right now, they're just at the edge of my bed, and I just throw them on top of the bed.
Okay. Like last night's girl got tossed.
That's I can have a whole segment on dating in your 40s, bro. Because
it's wilder,
bro. So I'm just gonna break it down real quick. 2 seconds on an age bracket. If you date somebody 18 to 30, man, you ain't got nothing in common. You know, the some of the stuff's fun. Don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff's fun, but when it comes to any kind of substance, you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm just good. Now, if you're dating anybody 35 and older, it turns into a job interview.
Yeah. And you know what? Another friend of ours was talking about that the other day. And this guy is a pretty cool guy. I'm not going to say his name. I won't do the mistake of doing that. But the guy slangs pizzas, and he's always talking about, you want a tiki liki on my salami pepper cheeky? And he, from what I hear, he does good. He does good. But no way. Nobody's going to get me out gym tonight. Even as a fat man, it's not hard to get laid. Let me preface that. Ooh. In 2025, it is not hard to get laid. It's not. It's not.
Since I've been single, I've got more poon in the last 4 months than I could ever wanted. But there's a difference now. When I was younger, it was fun. Man, it was fun when I was younger. When I was 18, 19, 20, bro.
It was
now
target
it's a
practice
chore.
almost.
Now it's a chore because I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta leave the house. Man, I gotta talk to somebody.
In public.
Man, in public.
In
but
public.
then I gotta answer interviews like I gotta answer questions like I'm on an interview.
I got an idea though, because this has sparked up a whole new thing for me. Instead of DoorDash, it's gonna be called
Dick Dash.
Poon Dash.
So I can jive with that to extent, but you know, as Fat Man in the Winter, we got to capitalize on what we have, right?
We're gonna keep it warm. We're gonna keep it real.
So as fat guys in the winter, you know what I want to start doing is I want to start Cuddle Dash.
Cuddle Dash. You know,
You
they
know-
have a service like that where they charge just to come over and hold you.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, because it rolls into my ideal relationship now. I just want to meet a chick that like we can like chill on the couch, watch some TV, go grab some dinner, come back, whatever, finish our show, go to bed, do it again the next day. Saturdays, that's on the weekdays, and Saturdays we wake up, we cut out to the beach, we cut out to somewhere, and that's, we just do the weekend thing, and then on the weekdays we just grind and get through the week.
Yeah.
You'll rent me.
It's you know,
I eat everything. I'm a fat man.
yeah, very easy to please. Let's get to the comments section, see who's on there today, who is joining us tonight. It's not going to be very much. We got to get the ball rolling on this thing.
What are you drinking? I missed it.
You know what? I got some. This is a new flavor, bro. For me, anyways. I don't know.
How
Ice
is
cream
it?
sundae. It's good. Just don't get the sugar free. I got it because I got to have some.
I
kind
get
of
the sugar.
control.
No, I get the sugar free too, especially with the A&W root beer because I'm a big root beer guy.
Okay.
It's not bad. Sugar free root beer is not bad.
Well, we got
Hernandez.
Hernandez. He says, "Yo, what up, Carnal? What's going on, Ethan?" So shout out to
What's going
Ethan
on,
there.
brother?
We got Stone Cold. He says, "Oh snap, brother, what's going on, man?" I say,
Good, brother.
We got O'Keefe, also of O'Keefe Leathercraft. Check him out, guys, on Facebook. He does amazing leather. Don't let him talk you into not doing any work. This man needs to take on the responsibility and take some of the load.
Give him your load, people.
Give
Give him
him-
your load.
All of it. He needs
Yes.
to jump in the water. We got Jim Meal. What's up, my buddy, my brother,
Jim.
Mr. UFO Pizza slanging across the town guy. This guy can slang him like nobody's business.
Although, hold on, Jim. I'm gonna have to stop you there, though. There's a new trend that keeps popping up on my TikTok. You're gonna have to jump onto.
Oh,
These guys got that Rihanna song "Umbrella" going on. Where's the sunshine? What shines together? But these motherfuckers are flipping pizza doughs with like behind the back, through the legs, just I need to see that from you, Jim. I'm gonna find one right now.
This mechanism last year, and
so Jim says, "O'Keefe, what's up, brother?" O'Keefe says, "Yo, Jim." What
Hold
you
on, I'm
mean?
muting so we don't get TikTok. But hold on, look.
Oh! Now I see why they want to date the pizza man. Look at them fingers go, brother. Hey,
I need to see that from you, Jim.
it did look like Tyler. It did look a little bit like Tyler.
That's not Tyler Dove. Tyler Dove doesn't throw dough. He throws mud.
He throws dough, but he throws
He
it
throws
like this
mud.
at the strip joints. He's
No,
like,
he throws mud.
oh yeah, he slings mud. He's good. He's good at his job, man. He is a hell of a
He's
board
almost
man,
an honorary
mud
Mexican.
man. Almost Mexican.
If he didn't like his face so much, he'd be an honorary Mexican.
Pretty much. He could be from Guadalajara though.
That's
They
true.
look like
That's
him.
true.
They look like him. He can be. Look at Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Canelo. Which Canelo, man, I don't know what's in store for him next, but hopefully it's good. I know all his haters are happy for the L he took, but hey,
Yeah.
oh boy, was on his toes. He did his thing, man. He did his thing.
Haters are gonna always be happy when somebody takes an L
Yeah.
in a faceted manner which they could never imagine. Like, that's the thing, is like everybody roots for everybody to fail.
Yeah.
When you're a hater.
We got a lot more of that in life than anything else sometimes, I think. But hey, what are you going to do, man? Guys, just real quick, let me throw this in for you. This show is brought to you by Mendoza Craft Leather, guys. He's a good guy. He sponsors this show and everything. He's can't say enough good things about him.
What a Mexican.
And he pays me for these commercials. Also brought to you by Pinfall Title Belts, where you can get only HD
I'm waiting on my belt.
plates, guys. We don't do.
Hey, we'll
anything
review it
SD.
here.
Yeah,
We'll
we don't
review
do
it here.
We don't do CNC, and there's no such thing as HD CNC. And we don't play around.
Look, I get the terminology HD CNC, but look, let's just call it what it is. It's proper CNC.
It's proper CNC, the same way.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's all it is.
It's just proper CNC where these guys CNC it, but then they properly polish the CNC lines out of the belt. What happens is it doesn't spend more time on the CNC machine. It spends more time on the polishing machine.
Yeah, they get in there deeper.
Yes, they penetrate. They go but then they go But then if you're a G, you do this.
Yeah,
and you add that pinky. Yeah. That's HD CNC.
Yeah, that's to get into those crevices of them crumb rinds because the big fingers don't. Anyways, brought to you by Pinfall Title Belts for all your HD needs. And then we have the option. Shoot it over to me. You can do an American strap on those HD plates, guys. Did
you see the pictures he posted of my Vegas Big Gold today?
Bro, I know we talk a lot about Classic Shields, ORM, and other guys. They've always been doing fabulous forever, but my guy's killing it lately.
As I stated to him, I'm going to give him the fairest, honest, most assessment because I've owned everything up and down the board, and I'm pulling for him. And like I told him, if this goes well, we're gonna go from this belt to another belt that is an off the wall world title. Because that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna collect some off the wall world titles. You know.
Okay.
You know, I got the Vegas Big Gold. It was short lived, but you know what? I'll even sneak in on the next one. The next one.
Don't do it.
Will be
okay. Just a little bit.
Will be a world title.
A world title. You almost gave the whole thing away right there.
I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to do too much.
Guys, brought to you by Pinfall Title Belts. Check out the man, the myth, the legend. Guys, I got to update that because it is not showing any of his new work at all.
Yo, once I get you good pictures of this Vegas Big Gold coming in, I'm just saying.
O'Keefe says 8-bit CNC. You know, the only thing that changes from CNC to CNC machine is the stepper. The stepper movement at the rate that it cuts, and then the axis. You have a single regular axis, and then you have a 3 or 4 axis CNC machine where the actual bit can rotate more, can actually turn and move in different ways.
And you can actually get better grades of bits. You know, you get the diamond bits, and you get the better bits. But the whole process begins and ends with CNC is the polishing.
Stone, God. This boy, my boy Stone. Let me show you. I meant to show this last time. It was too far. I'm gonna show you guys what my boy sent me over, man. Had me like a kid. Like a kid, brother. I mean, no lie. Guys, this is something that, like, I always saw other people have. You know, when you're a kid, you don't get to have. I collect a lot of things behind me here. He-Man, a lot of things on the other side of this home, a lot of vintage stuff. This here was gifted by just a generously beautiful man here, that if I ever get to dry hump his leg, I will, because it's very deserving of it. But this, my guys, is a He-Man collectible. 84. On the other side, we've got Skeletor.
Love it.
But what this is, guys, there's a handle here. And when you were a kid, what was the most ultimate thing you could
What'd you need at night?
Huh?
What'd you need at night? Find your way through the backyard.
I mean, I don't know.
When you're going camping with your friends.
You're close.
How would you have been the coolest?
You show up to the little tent and you go, guys, I got the entertainment for tonight. And then you turn on the radio. You turn on the radio. Now, I don't have it tuned to a station. You can hear it crackling. But it's got the tuner on the other side. And you can go through the stations. I'm in my basement. It's hard for this thing to catch. But, dude, this is one of the coolest damn things, bro. And I'll cherish this for, like, forever. It's going right here in the collection.
So I'm gonna show you what I'm working on, Doza.
My God.
In the downtime when I don't have any orders going on for the 3D printer, I already printed this out. This is just a test model. So you might recognize this guy.
Oh.
Johnny
Dude,
5.
I'm alive, Johnny 5, dude. That is crazy cool.
What I'm working on right now is when the printer's not running for orders, I run one piece at a time because one piece is going to take like anywhere from 12 to 18 hours. I'm building a 40-inch Johnny 5.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Just under 4 foot Johnny 5.
Wow. Hey, O'Keefe, Great Custom Belts is making some good stuff, dude. And honestly, I'm one of those guys.
The homies like to rag on him.
I'm fortunate enough to know whose machine they're using, who is the buffer they're using. I'm fortunate to know who are the two major silversmith guys down there that are doing the silversmithing for all the crumb rinds. I'm not going to name the companies. I'm going to give them that respect. But for the money, if you say, hey, who makes the best crumb rind? And you come to me and ask me, I'm going to shoot you in the right direction for the price, because I know the person on personal video calls and I've seen the man working. And let me tell you, they've got this guy lined up with work, man. That's the reason why he takes so long. So, but yeah, if you guys ever want a good crumb run at a good price, you hit me up, dude. No, it ain't him, brother. No, it definitely ain't. All those guys are middlemen. I don't care what they say. They're middlemen, honestly, and not because he's my dude, but my guy is the guy who actually has his machine there. He acid etches everything in house. He does all the artwork there in house. He has everything there. People go to him to acid etch plates for them. But we do the best in the house. We have our own plater and everything, dude. So hey, it's gonna be Ethan's gonna see the gold finish and the plating on his, and he can tell by the pictures. It's not the same product that everybody else is putting out there in HD.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know, Jim. But you know what? CNC is a whole different world. The second you have a HD belt, and I say HD, but we should be changing that to a proper. We should be starting to say that now. A proper acid etched belt. It's just two different worlds, man. It really is.
You know, get common with calling it American Standard. You know, that's what it is. HD is American Standard.
Yeah, that's
all
it
it
is. It's American Standard, and you know, it's all it will be. Guys, just want to talk about. I'm not a guy that's too deep into sports, but I am a little deeper into other things. I like having conversations about stuff. I know a lot of you guys like watching football. You guys got your football going on. Oh, for sure, bro. You won't be disappointed. For the money, best bang for the buck. What's with this Turning Point USA thing? They're going to do their own halftime show while the halftime show is running for Super Bowl. And why is everybody against Bad Bunny performing in a dress? Did we not have Prince? Did we not have Michael Jackson perform at Super Bowl? Were they not feminine as hell? I mean, I'm just saying, why is today such a problem for Bad Bunny to perform?
So let me preface this before we start this debate and this discussion. So I want to make sure my intentions are clear. I'm what you consider in this world. I'm what you consider a conservative liberal. I have a lot of conservative values, but I also have some liberal values. And you know, I'm sensible. That's the key. Is I'm sensible, and that's the key. With Bad Bunny, I just don't think he was, for me as a foot down. I'm just going not from a political, not from anything. I'm going from a football standpoint. I just don't think he fits.
Why?
His music, style of music, I want to see, but again, I'm going football only. I'm going red-blooded American football. You know what I want to see up there? I want to see Bon Jovi sing. I want to see Bon Jovi fucking going after it, and then all of a sudden it medleys into Eminem and goes into Guns N' Roses and goes into, that's all American stuff to me, right? That's what I want to see, because football is an American thing. It's again, I'm not criticizing Bad Bunny. He's a fine artist, but he's not a Super Bowl artist to me. What up, Greg?
You know what? I'll say this. Like you just said, it doesn't feel football, right? It doesn't feel Americana. And I get where you're coming from. But a lot, like, we can compare it to wrestling these days. What do any of these artists got to do with wrestling?
I don't like it. Again, you take Travis Scott and all these, I don't like it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Travis Scott didn't belong there, dude. Cody didn't deserve to get smacked in the face. Pimp checked in the face by him.
Bro. Like, I seen that shit and I was just like, I would have went backstage and receded Travis Scott in front of his entourage.
ASAP. But the thing to me is this. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is it's entertainment. all these companies, and Super Bowl, I even call Super Bowl all these teams companies because it's to draw money.
That's what it is.
It's to draw people, and let's just be real about it. Let's put aside our feelings. Let's put aside our genre preferences. Let's put everything aside because what these people do, much like the TKO company in WWE today, they look at what is pushing, what's selling, what is drawing. If Bad Bunny happens to be the biggest star right now to push through social media and draws people, draws money, bro, that's where they're going to go. That's where the bread and butter's at. No matter what the genre preference is. And it's a lot like Beyonce when she did her country album. What were people saying all around?
But again, I'm one of those people that's a loyalist. Like, I don't think Beyonce should I don't think Beyonce should stick her nose into country. To me, honestly, you know what's more American of a halftime show than Bad Bunny was? Last year's what's his face is Not Like Us.
Oh yeah.
Because that was a big Drake, right?
Yeah.
What's more American than this to somebody that's going to go up on stage in front of millions of people and call you a pedophile?
But a lot of people were against that halftime show too, man. They didn't,
I think the more people were for it than against it, because if you watch the halftime reactions, everybody was wanting to see if he said it.
O'Keefe, I'm a lot like that, dude. I swear. You know what was my whole thing for Super Bowl? It wasn't even the performances. I needed to get there to watch the commercials.
Yes.
I wanted to see what was the next banging commercial that they had on there.
But they took that away from us, though.
Yeah.
They took those away and put them into who's going to be the most
Andy right there.
Who's going to be the most liberal, out there, wildish, outlandish commercial, and that's the problem. So we're going to get real thick into this because this is a societal problem, right? Because it's from hands down. I'm a fat man, right? I'm a fat man. I can't hide it. I can't anything like that. But what I despise is when I go to the cover of Sports Illustrated and they have a 320-pound chick on there. And they're like, fat is beautiful. No, fat is not beautiful. I'm sorry. Coming from a fat person, I can say fat is not beautiful. Shit happens. People are fat. People are skinny. It is what it is. But to push a narrative onto something that is overtly false is just outlandish to me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Let the beholder make that judgment.
And it's like just like Hernandez. What's up? Shout out to Hernandez and Hernandez Restoning guys for your restoning needs.
Best restone on the market. Hey, Hernandez.
These Mexicans are taking American jobs.
I want to do a universal. I want to do a universal restone.
Blue Collar says, like Jelly Roll, for example, people who follow him see him on wrestling might start following wrestling, and people that see him in wrestling that don't really know him might follow him.
But Jelly Roll was in a way different genre of Bad Bunny. Jelly Roll is more relatable because he's a convict.
What's up, David? What's going on, brother?
Yo, he had a lot of things that we are relatable to go to, right? Bad Bunny, to me, what it seems like Bad Bunny was just kind of a middle finger to the the normal American society.
Yeah. I can agree to that.
Hold on, my doorbell just rang. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, she's back for more. Oh, my boy, Ethan. Oh, we gonna hear some smack that. Greg says NFL wants to go global now. True, same thing as TKO. That's why they're doing WrestleMania, and they're doing Crown Jewel and all these events everywhere else. Americans, we too broke right now. We're too broke to mess with WWE. He also says they are trying to touch the South American audience. That's why they're using Stephanie Vaquer. Huge push. They put the title on her. I heard today that she won the Crown Jewel. Spoiler alert, guys. For anybody who hasn't seen it, she won the Crown Jewel match. He also says the NFL wants to put teams in Mexico and Europe. I think that's what they are targeting, and yes, they are, because they're having games in Mexico now. In Mexico, guys. So we're not happy with the way the expansion is going on with them, but you can't blame them for it, man.
I think no, but the thing is, like, hey, I'm a fat guy, but I mean, I'm not a bad looking guy, man. I got a good personality, and I'm a soda can down there, you know. So it is what it is.
You know who we should have had for the halftime show, and we were robbed of that?
Huh?
The Island Boys.
I'm an island boy. No, instead of kissing each other on stage. See, but this whole thing, this whole conversation is like,
yes, the master debater. Yes, he is. He's got.
But this whole thing is like, so we were talking about the ice raids, right?
Hey, yo, that's probably
we can send the Jets and the Browns to be the starter teams in Mexico and Europe.
Why the Browns gotta go? Why the Browns?
Because they're terrible. They just happen to be our color. They just happen to be our color. Here comes, hey, but in 2 years, we'll be sitting here doing a podcast and be like, why did all these Mexicans invade Europe? You know, we need to stop the Mexican invasion of Europe. They're taking all our jobs.
Well, I was watching this show, and they were talking about certain percentages and demographics, and they were just showing like, hey, my white people, y'all got to start humping, because that's the real problem. You guys are becoming the minority because you guys ain't getting it in. I don't think
it's getting it in. Is being sensible to socioeconomic, like. Bro, in the town I live in, I was talking to my friend about this, you know, going through a divorce, you know, doing all that. I actually can't afford to downsize my apartment.
You mentioned that last time, and it made total sense after that.
So it's like, so there's a sensible economic thing, is because, look, I'm a guy that I've never been on any kind of assistance. As a child, I was, you know, we did food banks and, you know, all that kind of stuff like that. But once I turned 16, man, I've been working since I was 16, and I paid my own way. And I don't want any help. I don't desire any help or anything like that. But I'm paying $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. Is outlandish.
Ethan, literally, when you said, I don't want no help, I'm not asking for no help, first thing that came to mind is the dude in the wheelchair from the movie, that scary movie. He's like, no, I don't want nobody. I can do this my dance.
I can do that. I love it. Bro, if I can do that, I never leave the house. Come on now. I quit my job. I just never leave the house.
Oh, God, dude. Carmen Electra was never the same after that, man.
Bro, she was so beautiful, though, dude. Wasn't she?
She was, bro.
That chick was such a looker.
Oh, man. Hey.
But it goes to, like, we were talking about the ice things, right?
Yeah.
And so that goes back to, like, how were those? I've never seen those.
Bro, listen, I'm going to pay for the upgrade so we could snack share through the screen. Like,
bro, I'm like this right now. I'm like, ah! Dude.
Shit, I froze the show on
you just got a fat man rock hard.
Skipped a beat right now. Like,
I got a diamond cutter right now because of you. And that's hard to say because you're a man. Do slower.
Oh, yeah. I just undressed her. Like, I just.
Oh. And notice there's nothing on the bottom. You can tell he's a fat guy because there's nothing left on the bottom of the wrapper.
Oh, man.
He treats his Reese's cups right.
Look at that. The back.
Oh, yeah. Put your finger in the middle. Oh, man.
You hit it from the front. Yeah. Oh, okay. Bro, hey, if blue collar, that's my. By the way, this is Andy. This is the boy right here, man. He's got one hell of a belt coming to him too, man.
What's going on, brother?
Oh God, he says that's better than testosterone. Yes, it is. But have you gone to Arby's to try the new steak nuggets?
I have not tried the steak nuggets, but Arby's does have the best cheese sticks in the game if they cook them right. Ooh, hold on. I'm looking at these. I'm literally on DoorDash right now.
You're gonna have to get them. Oh, ooh, oh! I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God!
Look, hey, Walgreens comes through in the clutch with a package.
Wow. Oh, Stone Cold's on one. He said, Arby's Buffalo Slider. I'm going to take your word on that one. I'm going to definitely have to take your word on that one. Now, back to this whole American halftime show. God, it just
Sorry, I'm
feels
just thinking about your peanut butter cups, baby.
I know. Ooh. Oh, right here. It's just... I can
Dude,
feel it.
With an ice cold milk. That milk that just when it hits your throat, it just cools your whole this.
Dude, you should
your
hit
penis. You can have the Hardys. You can have one sign your shaft and the other sign your balls.
You can have the Hardy's boys sign on your Hardy.
You know what would kind of be a cool thing? I'm not a Hardee's fan, and I'm being a smart ass. But bro, go get a cheap metal chair off Amazon Marketplace and just smack it on the wall, or make it look dented, and then have them sign it, throw it on the wall. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what? No,
it was $16, bro.
But honestly, though, Great Custom Belts right now has a tag. A TNA tag that you could just, I think he even had it for like $280 shipped. And he even says it's in stock, bro. You don't have to, let me be reading Rainbow's LeVar Burton here for a minute. You don't have to take my word for it. But it looks pretty nice. And I don't know if he would get it to you in time, but he has one. He does have one in stock. In stock. Today, guess who messaged me?
I'm gonna say Twist Steel because I seen he's back on the internet.
I saw that he did a promo. Gotta say, I love the shirt. I gotta have that Razor shirt. But
I'm gonna not say anything in the interest of not causing any drama. So I'm just gonna not say anything.
Yeah, they are a bitch. I finally got hit by one. How the hell does UPS know my account number hitting me up for the money?
What?
Yeah, bro. I got a letter, official letter from them. It was like $19, but still. Come on now. Come on.
Dude, that's why I was buying some golf clubs, right? And if you go on eBay and you're like looking at golf clubs, a lot of the golf clubs come from Japan. A lot of the good golf clubs come from Japan. And on the top, the little fucking caption they get you with, import duty fees will apply. Like, you mother effers.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That was an experience. I had that Oreo recess. Took a drink out of the ice cream sundae soda. Let me tell you. Wow.
So I'm a big milkshake fan. How would the Oreo Reese's be in a milkshake?
Oh, grind her up. It's got to be good.
I'm just saying now.
Got to be good. Well, guys, I don't know how this Turning Point USA thing is going to be like, But my best guess is going to be like a day at church. It's going to be like a day at church. And all it's going to do is make people change from watching that to Bad Bunny.
I don't have a problem with an opposition wanting to put on their own thing. Again, like I said, I'm a very, very out there when it comes to my views and everything. I'm not.
Hey,
See, I think what happens is what happens is, and I'm only going to use this as an example because it's the easiest example. I think what happens is you have the far left and you have the far right, right? And what happens is, I'm going to take guns for example because I'm a gun fanatic. I love guns. You take the far left that makes all these laws because for the longest time the far left has been making all these laws. California right now just signed a bunch of laws into effect that basically we can't even buy a Glock anymore. So what happens is California takes all these far examples and throws them out there. But then the right were like, no. And I'm one of those people like, yo, I don't have a problem with like background checks. I don't have that problem. Mm-hmm. But once they pass the background check, leave me the hell alone. But that's not all they want. They want background checks. They want 10-day waits. They want, capacity magazine laws. They want this law. They want this law. They want this law. So what it does is with every law that they apply this way, they push me more this way to the point where I'm like, I'm on a far right perspective now of I'm not giving you a damn thing anymore.
Check out Andrew.
You're not getting anything.
He says, Andy says, could be worse here.
We do too.
We have to do a background check just for ammunition.
We have to do a background check and we have to go to a FFL licensed gun store. We can't even have it shipped to our house anymore. Same thing. We're California and New York are identical to each other.
Wow. I'll tell you what my whole theory is on this whole Charlie Kirk thing, man. And people are going to probably hate this, but I find it makes a lot of sense. I've been looking at a lot of videos, a lot of things.
I have. Go ahead because I got an opinion on this.
You know what? This is a classic move I've seen from high school. I think Mr. Orangey Orange Tan Man did away with old boy to get his girl.
No, it's way past that. That was a casualty. That was a bonus of the casualty.
The way he hugs her, put his arm around her, all that.
But that's just him. That's just him, right? So again,
zebra cakes. Yeah, thank you for reminding us. Hope she's not watching, little Debbie. I heard Ben Walker broke little Deborah's heart. Well, Big Deborah's actually. Yeah. Ben, if you're watching, Deborah said give her a call, bro. She said she had a box of small packs and they belong to you.
Right.
just say it. So you got some to take care of. Wow. Well, at least weed is okay in California, but guns are not.
But so the Charlie Kirk thing is like, as much as I've dove down the rabbit hole, I think that I'm not a ballistics expert. I have shot more ammo than the average person. I'll put it that way. I've shot more guns than the average person. I feel I've shot tens of thousands of rounds of ammo. I've shot tens of thousands of rounds. And the kid that they're trying to say assassinated Charlie Kirk may not have took the shot. But him getting on that building, assembling the rifle, him disassembling the rifle, running across the roof, jumping off the roof. Just go back and watch the video of him jumping off the roof. He didn't jump off the roof with a gun. It was a sweater in his hand, and he jumped off that roof. He didn't disassemble the gun back in the woods. Why would you disassemble a bolt action single shot 30-06 in the woods? Because to me, if I'm going to assassinate somebody and then I'm going to run back in the woods and I'm prepared to have to do what I have to do, I'm not going to use a bolt action rifle.
I'll tell you right now.
Because an AR-15, I'm just from a ballistic standpoint, an AR-15, the bullet travels at 29 to 3,100 feet per second. Like nothing. And this kid didn't do that. He didn't jump off a roof, disassemble the rifle, jump off a roof, run to the woods, and then reassemble the rifle, and then leave the rifle in the woods. It makes no sense. He was a very outspoken person on a certain country, and he was turning against a certain country. And if Israel's watching, I in no way want to harm myself.
At all.
Zero intention.
Zero Zippo, guys. Guys, I just want to say thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys for being here and spending some time. Really appreciate that. Taking some time out of your day to do it.
We love you fuckers.
A little bit too much sometimes, I think. A little bit too much.
Especially Stone Cold, man. Stone Cold just wants to get in there and just back.
Guys,
Jim.
I just want to say we really appreciate you guys big time. That whole projection from the lapel, I don't know. I've seen some spy stuff like weapons, dude. But no way. I mean, a one kill shot that strong to do it takes something more than just a really small lapel mic. It takes more.
Yeah.
Peep game, guys. The Hogan belt I was putting together, the tribute belt, I was going to raffle it. But too many people went straight to the inbox. They were not having a raffle. They were like, dude, I'm claiming that right now. I want it. I had dudes like 2 a.m, my time, waking me up. And the guy finally claimed it. So I almost got it done. I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. I got to put the backing on. That's what's left. Backing, snaps, and to do the edges. But so far, guys, because I haven't shown it here. Let me put this on a Screeno Hero. But here she is. Guys, she is a beauty.
Has that been sold yet?
It's gone. It's sold, buddy.
When do you plan on shipping it?
Look at that finish. Look at that mirror finish. Look at that. Snaps are going on.
Do you know when you're planning on shipping it?
Probably going to ship it in the next 4 days.
Hey, so you know what I'm going to do for you? Send me the address to who you're shipping it to. I'm going to send them a set of belt hangers as a token of the Doza Goat Milk Diary appreciation.
Look at that, guys. Come on now. It's gone. She's gone. It went too damn quick. There was nothing I can do. And this is before and yes, all new hardware when I do this, guys. So it's gonna get the backing put on, edge is done. She's gone. I didn't even get a chance. The only
And then he's getting the owner's getting a free set of belt hangers. So you know what?
that would be dope.
I'll ship him out directly. You send me his address when you ship the belt, and I'll ship him out directly to him.
Jim, Jim's sending me little hearts. Look at him. Wants to share his pepperoni with me.
He better be fucking practicing the pizza dough flip.
Oh yeah. And he said, Mendoza, you should make your own line of leather treatment or conditioner, and then make goat milk butter. Brother, that's not a bad idea. I'm not gonna downplay that at all. Jim, you did say that. You did call it. It went. I couldn't even put it up for a raffle. It went so quick. The stipulation, though, this customer said the stipulation with it was that it has to be one of one.
Oh,
This cannot be repeated. So if you guys want one, I could make one similar. It cannot be 100% exactly the same as what this is made. But I always find a way to make things look cool. Make it look cool and do something new and fresh that I didn't do on one. I can do the other. I have a Yellow Warrior belt coming up, Yellow Warrior theme belt too. So it's coming. It's coming. And that's what she said. But we'll be there. Toast to that. Ah, man.
so I got a random question for people.
Random it. You're at the right show.
Does anybody suffer from anxiety? So, well, I'm asking this because what happens is I suffer from anxiety. And when my anxiety gets to a certain level, I had to find a certain, some people use fidget toys and whatever to calm their nerve. Let me see if I can grab one so you can see it.
Is it a booby?
No.
It's a booby, isn't it?
I'm going to show you what it is.
Oh, let me.
This is clumps of clay and soil. I have a Tupperware that you moisturize and you clump it up into little clumps and chunks and everything like that. And you let it dry. And it gets hard. And I'll sit there and I'll unclump it till it's a fine grain of powder again.
Okay.
Dude,
Sorry.
it helps my anxiety so bad. I'm trying to find something less like messy, but that's the only thing I found. It's literally clay, like clay dust, clay powder, and beach sand and soil. It's the weirdest damn cork tick that I have.
It's cool though. I got another belt I'm going to show. I'm also in the process of finishing the backing. And maybe a lot of people haven't seen this. Maybe they have. I've been posting quite a bit of these. But this was a nice one. It's going to get a nice backing to it, too. It's not going to be your traditional one.
Who did that crumb run you just finished?
Who did what?
That crumb run you just finished.
Oh, brother. It is a gentleman from Instagram. And this gentleman had me fabricate and furbish everything for him. So I took care of the whole process of doing the plates for him, having in my hands, do the whole process of fitting, doing the leather, the whole thing. That thing came out
beautiful.
Fabulous. I'm not knocking on nobody, and I did a YouTube video on it. You guys can see it on the channel, Mendoza Craft. But honestly, I could really, without talking smack, we're not talking about oh, you didn't make it exactly the size of the crumb rind from the book, and no, but I could put that crumb rind up to any other crumb rind right now, and you'd be very hard pressed to pass it up for what the price is for what I could execute that thing versus a lot of other things on the market right now. Believe me, it's just
That was beautiful.
it was badass. It was a lot of little detail everywhere. I mean, you could stare at it for a long time. You could follow tracks of the engraving into little hashtags and little swirls that were like carved in. It's just trippy, man. A lot of detail. That guy gets down. I know the guy. I've seen him through video and everything live while he's doing it. Like crazy, man. Crazy good detail. I have this. I don't do these much. I mean, I do them, but I almost never post them because it's all the same. People either want a red one or a blue one, mainly black ones. And once you do one, it's like whatever. But this one, finally, somebody let me do something a little custom on it, and it came out pretty cool. Let me bring it up. This baby, she's a stacked. I did the leather on it already. But
are those network logo plates? Are those WWE plates or
they're shot plates? They have the stacks on the bottom. Did all the tooling. But we got ourselves the Styles Club on this side. All the way paint even in that little detail inside with the dripping of the paint and everything.
I like it.
And on this side, we've got the phenomenal one. You can see more of the tooling there, the leather.
See, this is what I I'm not a huge fan of the belt anymore, or I wasn't, but I want one. I want a Universal Restone. I'm going to have Hernandez restone me one, and then I'm going to have you do me a strap. I just don't know. I as much as I want a blue Universal, I think I want the red.
I'm doing a red one next, and it's also going to be a custom. So a lot of this stuff is going to eat up a lot of my time doing a lot of custom. Putting the artwork together and all that stuff. There's some things that I could sit there and do by hand. Like somebody commented not too long ago. They go, "Yeah, I noticed you used a stamp for that. Isn't that kind of cheating?" Well, I can't sit there. It's not like I can't do it by hand from scratch. The problem is, are you going to pay me to sit there 15, 16 hours at like $25 an hour to stamp out and engrave by hand all the artwork and then still paint and fill and everything, dude? Like, come on now.
So riddle me this. Maybe
people don't.
Maybe I'm not on your wavelength. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I'm not on your wavelength, but when somebody would ask me that question, I feel like my retaliatory question would be like, "Yeah, and can your mother not be a whore?" Like. Get out of here. Let's go, Steve.
Yeah, dude, what a way to start. You're starting off right. Let me tell you, bring out the whiskey, the bourbon, shoot.
Are you still heading to SoCal soon, Doza?
Thank you. Huh?
Are you still heading to SoCal soon?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, that's the one thing that's got me like on edge right now. Every day like at night, I wake up 3-4 times at night and I pick up my phone just to look at it, just to see if I didn't miss the big call. You know what I mean?
I know you're feeling, brother.
I have anxiety right now, and I try to mask it. I try to be cool. I try to be up spirit and all that and jipper and shit. But inside, I'm like a time bomb like this, dude. You wouldn't understand.
So I'm gonna give you some advice as somebody that has ample experience in what you're going through right now. And when I say ample experience, I got the experience, brother. What you need to do is go to sleep with your ringer off on silent, do not disturb. And understand your last thought your last thought before you go to bed is there's nothing you can do to prevent what's the inevitable outcome, because otherwise you're going to be like me and you're going to develop an anxiety and a quirk that sometimes it gets almost debilitating sometimes for me.
It is. It's exhausting. I don't know if people understand that, but it is very debilitating. It's very exhausting, man. And it can take a toll on you physically. It can take a toll on you physically that when you have to mask it from everybody, including like your kids, because you don't want anything to impact that or mess with that at all. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff.
I went 8 years of dealing with my mother from Alzheimer's and dementia, you know, and through therapy and stuff like that. The therapist is like, well, you got to understand, you lost your mother twice. You lost your mother the first time when you walked in the house, and she's like, I never had a son. That was the first time you lose your mother.
That's
and
crazy.
The second time second time you lose your mother is on the physical realm.
Yeah.
And then then it's like you roll into, okay, you lost your mother. Then you guys we're doing COVID. We're doing the whole COVID, and I'm getting letters from my job if we're expendable or we're not expendable, and what are we gonna do, and all this kind of shit like that. So you're like, all right, what am I gonna do? And then I wake up on Christmas Eve, and my brother's murdered.
Shit, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man.
So find an outlet. Whatever you have to do to not let it rule you. I let it rule me, and that's where it cost me my marriage, to be honest. That's where it cost me my marriage, because I let it rule me, and I let it beat me and continually beat me to a point where I gave up. And I don't want to ever see anybody like that. And that's one of the things I like speaking out on is find an outlet. If you can't find an outlet, at least talk to your wife, because I was too proud to talk. I was too proud to ask for help. I was too proud to say, hey, I'm just not capable of handling this.
But you didn't quit, brother. You didn't quit, because you're still here. You're still with us, and you're still pushing, guys. And that reminds me also, guys, be back in a sec. Join us every Saturday, guys. We will be here. At least I'll be here. My boy Ethan will jump in when he can.
I'll be here, bro.
I want to take the time to say prayers and thoughts and everything for our boy Kevin Davenport. Keep him in your prayers, guys. Awesome guy, awesome person. Can't say enough about him. Shout out to him. The double drop kick that's on every other Saturday. They should be on this Saturday coming up, if I'm not wrong. A lot of good stuff with these guys. Ethan, of course, is on there. He's his co-host. And check him out, guys. Inbox him. Send him your love. You know, keep the man busy.
You know, with Kev, it's a subject to be honest, I'll be frank, I had to message him today because I've been a little standoff, and then that's the thing I'm ashamed. I don't want to say I'm ashamed of, but I'm kind of ashamed of. I've been a little standoffish with him, because I see him hooked up to these catheters, and I see him hooked up to this oxygen.
Yeah,
and I see this, but it gives me flashbacks. It's like PTSD almost. My dad, my mom, and just, you know, Kevin's a valuable friend, and he's been a loyal friend to me, and I hope I've returned the favor, but I don't know how to process it, because he's such a young, vibrant dude.
He is. He's got a hell of an energy in his position. He's got a hell of a lot more energy than I do. I don't know where he gets it from, to be honest. I really don't.
and to see him in that vulnerable position that I know he's accepted for himself, but as a friend and as somebody that's gone through a lot, I'm not as accepting, I guess.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
So
though,
just
I have snapped and snapped and snapped this thing so many times, and still I have not remedied the situation. Thumbs up.
we're trying.
Thumbs up. One day. I had to beat Thanos' ass for this, just so you guys know. Just so you
Do you actually know the real Thanos story?
I actually do not.
So
I'm
I
ashamed of
stumbled
that
upon.
because I was a comic kid growing up, big time.
Well, me too, but I didn't know it, and it takes a lot of time to keep up with comics. And I stumbled on a YouTube channel called Comics Explained.
I think
And
I've
this
seen
guy-
that.
He explains every facet of every comic book story and everything. Some of his videos are 15 minutes long. Some of them are 4 hours long.
Shooey.
So we have the version of the Thanos of Avengers Endgame and whatnot, right? So the real Thanos, which would have been a miraculous, because he was like, "Yo, I wish Disney didn't get a hold of the movie and they put this movie in the way it was supposed to be." So the real version of Thanos was Thanos as a child, obviously was a purple child, ugly child, ridiculed, bullied, whatever, and became friends with Death's Realm, Lady Death. He became friends with her. Ultimately, he falls in love with her. They have a falling out, and she bans him from Death's Realm.
Oh.
So the whole preface is, Thanos says in the Disney version, he's snapping his fingers to help the universe save itself from its own demise.
Yeah.
But in the comic book version, Thanos builds this giant throne and is collecting the soul stones to snap his fingers to give the love of his life half the souls of the universe. Love story. It's a love story as much as anything.
No wonder he was unstoppable.
Hey.
When a guy wants to do something for that thing,
Bro, when a guy wants that thing, it's romantic, bro. And he's going to put that thing to it.
man, there is no stopping him now.
But it's a romantic story. And I'm like, dang, that would have been a great.
I'm going to tell you what my theory was.
Huh.
My theory was that he was getting rid of half the people in the universe and beings and things like that. This, you got to remember, this is a Disney movie, right? He got tired of the long lines at Disney World.
Ooh.
He got tired of the long lines at Disney World. He was like, screw those passes to the front of the line. Screw all this. The expensive tickets. He's like, they got to go.
At this rate, though, I'd snap my fingers to make sure I got rid of half of the universe to make sure I got some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups with Oreos. Just saying.
Just to have them delivered.
If I got to be that guy, I got to be that guy. But that goes back to, like, it's kind of like the same theory as that movie. Did you ever see that movie with, not Heather Graham, Carmen Diaz? Where her kid was sick and the guy gives her the box with the button and he's like, yo, you hit this button, your kid will be cured, but somebody else is going to die.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. So basically, the daughter's sick and the guy comes up to her with this box and he's like, you hit this button
Cameron. Sorry. It's the Mexican.
You hit this button.
Just came
He
out.
writes, you hit this button, your daughter will be safe, but somebody else is gonna die. Don't know who, not gonna tell you who,
Wow.
but somebody gonna die.
Wow. That's what you don't want to tell somebody that's trying to rescue their kid, because they're like, well, it's not like I knew him anyways.
It's like this funny skits that were like, look, hey Mendoza, I have this box for you. You hit this box, you'll receive $100,000, but it'll take a second off your life. And you get those videos where they're like,
dude, come on. Blunt Man and Chronic by Kevin Smith is the only comic we need. Bro, they're hilarious, dude.
right?
What was the evildoer's names? What was his name?
What was his name?
Cockknocker.
Yes.
I get the big old hand. Dude. Guys, I wanted to touch on one thing before we go. And this has been bothering me because I had been out of the groups for a good while. I hadn't been commenting much. I got back into doing my leather and started posting some stuff and looking around. I never told you who messaged me today, though, by the way, real quick. Stephen Hammer. It looks like Stephen Hammer, again, has had his pictures hacked by somebody, and they made a whole new profile of him. Now, I was a moderator, not a moderator, an admin, or moderator, whatever you want to call it, in the group. So he goes, hey, check this dude out. What's up? I said, I'll go check it out. I went, dude, I couldn't find the goddamn guy. And I think it's that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I wanted to bring this up because of this. Let's say somebody knows let's say somebody knows that I know Ethan. And they're going to use Ethan's pictures and everything, right? And they know I'm in this group where they want to do this. Can they block me? Then post as Ethan in that group, and I won't be able to see it because I'm blocked from them, so I wouldn't be able to see their interactions and stuff in the group. Is that possible? I know you can't like block like the creators of the group.
But if you're a moderator in the group, you'd be able to see anything regardless.
Well, I'm an admin. I'm not a moderator.
Yeah, you'd be able to see anything regardless.
Well, I tried my damnedest to find the dude. Could not. Just could not. On the members
Maybe it's only a
list
mod
and
then.
everything. Huh?
Maybe it's only a mod then. But I know as an admin or a mod, one of the two, you can see like who's an anonymous post, who's posting whatever.
Yeah.
Because like I would see people that were blocked, that had me blocked, that I could still see their posts.
Okay, since I think that movie also had Morpheus Freeman. Morpheus Freeman. So what I wanted to touch on now that we can get back on track real quick. I've been seeing in all these groups a lot of bitching, just pissing and bitching about TKO. They're ruining WWE. Ticket sales are high. It's not a family thing anymore, and blah, 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 this and that. I just want to vent a little bit and say, quit your bitching. Like, just stop. Like, seriously, just, if you're not going to watch something, don't watch it. Don't support it. Don't scroll through your Facebook looking at the outcomes of what happened in the damn pay-per-view. If you're really going to cut it off, cut it off. Cut it off, but nobody wants to hear this constant bitching. Like, I've only been like religiously going into Facebook like for the last 4 or 5 days, and that's all I've been seeing. Like, just cut it off already. Just let it go, dude. First of all, Wrestling has not been a family thing in a long time. They have a bunch of boobs, a bunch of ass showing. They have a bunch of skits that just aren't family orientated at all anymore. The blood, the beat downs, there's nothing family about it. It's entertainment now. It's for the people who can afford to be there live and be entertained. For the rest of us, we watch that shit on TV if you want to watch it. If you don't think it's as good as the 80s wrestling, fine. If you don't think it's as good as the 90s wrestling, fine. If you don't think it's as good as the early 2000 wrestling, fine. But go watch that shit and stop your bitching. Jesus Christ. It is, but again, we got to remember, it's no longer WWE. McMahon is not there. We have familiar faces just so that it's the Velcro that helps the old guys like ourselves stick to what they got right now going on as a product, but it's not for us anymore. It's not for us the same way that it was in the early mid 80s when they brought Cyndi Lauper, MTV in, and it wasn't the same wrestling as the guys bitching about. It's not the same as the early 70s and 50s and 60s wrestling for them. They've moved on. Either jump on or jump off. It's gone, dude. It's not what it's for anymore. And I hear people bitching about AEW as well. It's a bloodbath. They do this, they do that. I've heard that Timeless Tony makes a lot of hints at eating poontang and this and that. Like, okay, but understand, it's not a family thing anymore. It just isn't anymore. It ain't. Stone Cold says, I'm just glad all of the Mendoza check your messages bitching ass quit. I know, man. I know. Everybody goes through their trials, man. Everybody goes through their thing. O'Keefe says, Antonio, if you want to watch a good show, watch TNA. Bound for Glory tomorrow night. I would like to watch that. I just can't. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you my excuse for not watching that and watching WWE instead, or TKO, as we should really be saying. I watch TKO now because I'm not invested. And at my stage, at my life, it takes too long, and it's too much for me to try to keep track of all the wrestlers' names and who's this and what they're doing to get invested in it. I'm invested with TKO because of the lineage of wrestlers going through there, so I'm familiar with what's going on. But I mean, I don't doubt TNA is a good product. I mean, I used to watch it from way back in the day when it first started, the first couple of years. But it just lost me. They lost me real early, too. O'Keefe says, it was for me in 2023 and 2024. 2025 has been horrible. Hey, the last great WrestleMania was 40. It was good feeling. It was over the top. That was the last good WrestleMania, 40. For now. And again, we used to say that when WrestleMania 18 and 19 hit. We used to say, oh, WrestleMania 19 was the last good. And then 40 came along, and maybe other more memorable ones for you guys. We had some pretty bad stinkers. You guys want to watch a really horrible Royal Rumble? Go watch the 1998 Royal Rumble. Holy cow. He says, I watch everything. Haha. Currently forcing myself to watch WWE and AEW. TNA is the only thing I enjoy right now. And I get it. I get it, man. I've heard they've had some good talent, but I'm just not invested right now. It would take too long. And in my stage of life, anything that's just too difficult for me to do, I don't need to take up my what's left of my time to invest in it to watch it. So I'm just good. The easiest thing I can do is switch soda flavors, and this was a good call today. The Ice Cream Sundae by A&W. The Oreo Recess? Bomb. That was...
See, I'm sitting here quietly because I'm sitting here double dashing. So I got Oreo Reese's. Reese's coming from Walgreens, and I'm like, yo, I haven't had dinner yet. So I'm like, I got some KFC coming for dinner. So
Okay. Yeah, well, right. I mean, it's what, 9:30 for you?
no, it's only
Oh, no,
6:30.
6:30 for me. It's 9:30 here. It's 9:30. So that's how it is, bro. Guys, I don't know. Just either watch it or don't watch it. Either you want to pay for the plan, ESPN, and all of this, or you don't. I don't know what the bitching's about. You had to watch on two separate other stuff. You could at least cancel Peacock and another plan that you don't even enjoy and just switch that over to, ESPN, Hulu. It's a package now. You go to Disney, it's a package. You're going to pay what? How much is it? Like $15?
I don't know. I just switched to YouTube TV because Hulu's
expensive.
I had Hulu Live TV, and they're going up next month to over $100 a month.
Woo! Wow.
So that's why I had to switch. I'm like, nope.
Well, yeah, I get it. NXT, but then again, that's like nothing. NXT, I just can't watch it. It's too small of a crowd, too big of a ring for the room, I guess. I don't know. It's too lame, too corny. I just can't watch NXT. That's another thing I can't watch. I watch TKO. That's what I watch. I watch TKO. I'm investing in that, and Mommy's on there. But I'll tell you what I'm starting to enjoy a little bit in the main event. In the main events is Mexican wrestling, which you cannot get me to watch for shiznits at all. But when Dirty Dom is on there, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. He brings that level of drama and heat to that show, man. They're getting good. They're getting better. They're getting better. Jim, that's what people say about your pizza too. Okay, come on now. Yeah, I can't do the weekly shows either, Keith. I can't do it, man. I just can't.
I didn't even watch it today.
Again, and that just comes to show. Literally at the same time, we're like, we haven't watched it. When back in the day, we would have been like, no, yeah, we would have got right into it right away. But
well, to be frank, I don't even know how to watch it because, like I said, I switched from Hulu to YouTube TV, so I don't even know how to watch it at this point.
Oh wow. My thing is like, I'm starting to get like, I heard that John Cena, like a few wrestlers. Like a few wrestlers did like some moves in the ring. Remember,
I think he finished with the Fiend's finisher tonight or something.
Something like that. They did like a few moves in there. Like it's really corny to me. And for us, they're used to kayfabe in a certain way, even though we know there's none now. But doing somebody else's moves that don't even belong to you is kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to me. Hey, what's up, Elizabeth? What's going on?
What's up, girl?
Thank you for tuning in. A little later today. I mean, we're almost out, but thank you.
Yeah, I'm already out of alcohol, so
he's out of alcohol. I had 99 bananas. We're down to 99.
Elizabeth's my girl from work, so she's cool. She's good people.
Okay, good people. Well, listen, Elizabeth, you tune in, okay? You be nice. I'm just kidding. You can comment whatever you want.
All right, she hits me, so it's okay.
So yeah, if she hits you, well deserved.
It's true.
Tomorrow you hit him again, or Monday you say this one's Tony. This one's.
Luckily, I don't work Sundays. She works Sundays. I don't have to work Sundays. Thank God I don't work Sundays. But
that's only because she lets you have Sundays off. You get a break.
One of my daddies gives me a break off, but I have many daddies at work, so that's how it works.
Look at this. The crowd is for it. Who we hitting? Elizabeth's doing a leg drop on Ethan on Monday.
Powerbomb, probably. She don't get coffee.
Right off the box of the semi. You just gonna hear,
Especially if she don't get coffee, she's just evil.
Ooh, yeah. Coffee's a big one. I have one of those little coffee machines, guys. Ooh, let me tell you, man. Let me let you in on a good drink. The Kahlua, the 99 whipped vodka. You put that together on some ice, and then instead of using half and half, you put half a glass of milk in there, and then you get the limited edition Harry Potter's cauldron cake flavor, and you put it in there, buddy, and you mix it up. Oh my good Lord.
That's just too fancy. So, like, if you want the same shit,
from heaven.
No. Here's what you do. If you want the same shit, you do the Pinnacle with vodka, and then you do some orange juice or some like orange soda or whatever. You get the creamsicle. You're good.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
but that's the whole thing. Is just like O'Keefe is sitting here like. Then you got James. I don't want to hear fucking shit from you until I see a pizza flipping video.
Yeah,
I need to see that shit where he's just like, I'll be on the back.
Right. Yeah.
Throws it up. I need to see it, Jim. If you don't have one by Friday, you're fucking disowned.
Pretty much. Which, bringing up Jim, brings us to our next and last subject of the night, guys. And we're going to run through this quicker than milk through my system. I'm telling you right now. Mexicans are getting deported. Latinos are getting deported by record numbers. Numbers we have never seen before.
Jota, you bring the soda, I'll bring the ice. Don't worry. We got it taken care of.
Recess. You've never had Oreos like this ever before in your life. I guarantee you an amazing job. You know, I told them about the recipe myself when I was a little lad. They obviously took my advice. I didn't get the Nobel Prize, but I got the Oreos. I got the Oreo Recess. That's fine with me. Listen, guys, the best I've ever had as far as like Oreo Reese's snacks in combination with other stuff. It was pretty good. I'm not creaming on you either. But guys,
you cream a little bit.
Record numbers, Mexicans and Latinos of all kind have been being put out, right? So where are the jobs?
They're going to the deeper Mexicans. The Mexicans that came here from Venezuela and Guatemala.
I'm just saying, like, where? Okay, I don't see anybody, and I'm not knocking on anybody else. I'm just saying, as a whole, I don't see my fellow Americans jumping in at the construction jobs, the plumbing, the roofing, the gardening. I don't see them. Have you seen the
price? Have you seen the price of eggs, Doza? Mexicans leave the egg ranches, and the price of eggs skyrocket. Do you see what happens here?
Oh God, man! Yeah,
so this is where
bro will get you deported.
I joke, but this is where I'm like a liberal conservative on this situation. So like, I'm one of those people. Like, I'm all for ICE. I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm all for ICE, but ICE in a context. ICE in the context of I want ICE to take out the bad guys.
Oh God!
Listen, I want ICE to take out the bad guys, right?
Listen to me.
But I think if you're a hardworking Mexican American that's just trying to get by and create your own version of an American dream, and you're paying taxes, you do what you're supposed to be doing, you should be left alone.
Well, you know what I feel though. You know what? Let me tell you this. It's hard for everybody. Before I left LA, I was trying to get a job, brother. I applied. This is no exaggeration. For 6 months straight, I was applying. I could not get a job, and every one of these places I was applying to, people were coming up telling me, "Oh, well, you don't know what's his name or what's her face. Oh, well, you got to know somebody or somebody in the family." To get in here and work and blah 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 and all this kind of BS. I'm all for like. I saw this video of a guy explaining with jars and marbles.
The sand is a fool.
Though you've seen
I've
it.
seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm with that. And I wish people would just understand that there's only so much cargo this boat can carry before we all sink together. You know what I mean? If they remove criminals, fine. If they remove people that aren't criminals but they're illegally here, I totally get it. But due process is important. You know what I mean? Due process is there to weed out how good of a citizen you've been while you've been here.
Agree.
Now, not legal citizen, but a quality of a citizen, because you are knitting yourself into society here, into the way you do things. You start celebrating holidays. You start having respect for our military, our traditions that we have here. Nobody says you can't wave a flag from where you're from, or you want to do tamales every Christmas. No big fucking deal. But the thing is, I'm grateful that at a certain time, because people will tell me, well, you know, you're American, but what about your parents and your grandparents? Yeah, I get it. And there was a time where our family came here illegally. But we've progressed. There's a time the Europeans came here, and it, you know what I mean? It's not like they went and signed and got immigrated.
I think some of it's contextual because, like, my grandfather came here illegal, right? He came here illegal, but then he was like, "Yo," he took his butt down to the immigration office, did his paperwork, did his classes, did his schooling, and became a illegal U.S. citizen, which is the proper way to do it. You know what I mean? Oh, speaking of Jigsaw and stuff, just stay away from that Ed Gein documentary, by the way.
What?
Bro, I started watching it in the first like 10 minutes. The dude's like hanging himself. He's just fucking going at himself in his mom's underwear, bro. I'm like, dude, I was sober last night trying to watch it. I'm like, I need to be drunk for this.
Oh, crap. Oh, my God.
But no, I think it's just there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. And I think what they're doing right now is overboard.
You know, I'll say this for my people, dude, that Latinos in general, Mexicans and all of them, our people have always worked hard. They work very hard, dude. There is no ifs, ands, or buts or arguments about it. We've always worked hard. We always come together as a community to do things, and we're very family orientated and all that. The problem with us is that we always want to take the shortcut to things. Not to say we won't build a house and that we won't build the heck out of it, but we like don't want, like, let's just take a framer, for instance, right? My fellow Mexican boys are more than willing to go to the construction site and frame up a house. And if you tell the guy, hey, every 16, nail here, double stud it, top this, blah, 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 lay it down, do this, they will rip through that with a quickness, right?
Yeah.
And then they go off and try to do their work on their own and build a house for somebody and keep progressing good. But the shortcut in that is that we won't go to school to learn why you do a stud at every 16, why you have to double plate at the bottom or double plate at the top, or why the grain has to cross this direction and for what reasons. We're hard working physically, but mentally not willing to put it down on the paper. And when it comes down to going through the process of being a citizen, brother, a Mexican is more willing to put his life on the line to cross a river, swim through crocodiles, sharks, scorpions, rattlesnakes, cross over here than to sit for a year in Mexico through a course, reading, studying, and start putting in the mud. And people say, oh, well, they're broke. No, bro. I know too many dudes that paid 10, 15 grand to get a ride over on this side of the border. So it's not the money thing. It's we have to respect the process. There's a process to it, dude. Everybody waits in line. I am all for anybody coming over here. I am all for, like, people can tell me, well, your family got here a certain way. Yeah, but those times came and gone, and we can't do that no more. We just can't.
But it's sad though, because for every one person that's wanting to come here and make a good life for himself, there's another person here that's running for something. You know, you get a lot of those reports of, like, I watched a lot of like border documentaries and stuff like that. They're finding prayer rugs. They're finding people immigrate here from, like, they'll go from Japan to Mexico and then China and then come up through the border that way too. It's not just a Mexican thing.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's not just a Mexican thing as far as border crossings.
It's just that it's the easiest target.
Yeah.
It's the easiest target. It's easier. Okay. Let's just fiscally, it's the easiest thing to do. It's easier to spend a few million getting people from the border of California to TJ and then beyond than to target people that we would have to deport and fly them to countries across the water. You know what I mean? And United States has always had a tension ever since the Alamo with the Mexican government. It'll always be like that, because that is that tension we've always had. There's always going to be the tension about, oh, this is our land now. Oh no, you stole it from us, and blah blah blah. That's always going to be there. So that's why we're always going to get targeted, because it's a political thing. If you go running for presidency and say, oh, we're going to get all the Vietnamese that come over here illegally, people would say, Vietnamese, like, how many of those guys are coming over a year? Like 1,000, 500?
Yeah, 12.
You know what I mean? They don't draw the numbers. In order for you to draw the numbers and the support, you got to say, look, we got over this many million immigrants from Mexico coming over, and I'm going to put a stop to that crap. Then you got the numbers to push people care. You know what I mean? Which, either way, I think those numbers are super exaggerated. I mean, Mexico only has so many millions of people. If you say 25 million came through here, brother, Mexico would start to get empty.
I think it's easily used as a point, because they've been able to manipulate. They've been able to manipulate it into a trigger, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about deportation or anything like that, it's a trigger. Oh, Mexico.
Yeah.
Immigration, Mexico. Immigration, Mexico. But you don't understand how many Somalias. Like, Minnesota's like little Somalia now. And there's a lot of other cities and states that take a lot of immigration from a lot of other countries. but we use Mexico because it's easy. It's a trigger.
It's very easy, man. It's very easy. And this whole thing is even turning a lot of communities on each other. You know what I mean? It's turning black people against brown people. And I heard this from Ari Spears in a clip where he was saying to the Mexican people, he was like, hey, brown people, like, love us. He was saying, love us the way you love saying the word N. You know what I mean? He's like, love us the way you love our culture, the way you say this and that and blah, 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 and use the N word and throw it around. And I was like, that's kind of a pretty stupid comment to make, a statement to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was saying it like, we love to use and abuse what they say and throw it out freely. But you got to remember, like, brother, as far as like the brown pride, the Mexican people, the Latin people, we love you more than you love us. I could almost make that statement back. Why? Because of this. Growing up, we listened. We watched Boys in the Hood. We watched all the Friday movies. We support all your actors, all your comedy. We supported and bought all your music. We went to all your concerts. You know, we did a lot of things to support that in our own homes. Like when the older parents were like, "Oh, we don't want you listening to rap, this and that." A lot of Mexican cousins of mine, everybody, friends, disobey their parents. They got in trouble for listening to the music you put out. You schooled us. You threw out the N-word so hard all the time that it made it okay for everybody to use it. You instilled that.
So
you know what I mean?
Okay, so this is where me and you can jive on this one, and a lot of people can't. The N-word is a cultural thing.
It is.
It's not a racial. It's not a racial thing.
It's not.
I grew up saying the N-word, but I didn't grow up saying the N-word in the context of being racist. Joseph grew up saying the N-word in the context of
big time
it not being racist.
Yeah. And let me tell you, people don't know, like, my family, but my cousins, I have cousins that are half black. My sister's half black. I have a lot of black family in my family. My daddy, which was our grandfather, like, we call him daddy because the man was black. My grandmother got together with a black dude. My mom was like 3 years old when her dad passed away in Mexico. When they came over and immigrated to the United States, she met him. They got together. My mom grew up. So like in my household, we didn't grow up eating Mexican food 5 nights, 6 nights a week. We had the most untraditional food you could think about if you came over to eat at my house. My mom didn't cook Mexican food all the time. Matter of fact, when my mom met my dad, he would tell me this all the time. He had trouble adjusting to the foods my mom made because my mom really wasn't used to making all the Mexican type of food all the time. You know what I mean? So when he said that about, oh, love us the way you love saying the N-word, like, didn't make sense. And then he said something to the effect of like, oh, love us, or like the way you would let your daughters date a black guy and blah, 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 and this and that. There could be a lot of reasons that we can get into about why our parents didn't favor their daughters or their sons dating outside of the culture. And I don't want to say race, I want to say culture, because there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to blend, and not everything blends. You have traditions and family, you know what I mean? But slowly it's been coming around. It's been coming around. You know what I mean? So like my daughters, if my daughters were to marry a black dude, a white dude, a Chinese dude, whatever, it makes no fucking difference to me. Okay, all I ask is, and I'm gonna be there every step of the way, believe it or not. I'm gonna be there to be like, hey, you ain't coming to knock on these doors, leave your babies behind, and take off and be the baby daddy. That ain't gonna ride with me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's one of the main things.
So, but again, I think people don't understand is like, so okay, my dad. I'm gonna give you an example. My dad. So my dad grew up in the 40s. He grew up in the 40s, and he grew up in a time where there's a lot of racism, a lot of things like that. But as he got older, you know, we lived across the street from a homosexual couple. 2-man, full-on garden, the whole bit in the backyard, the whole thing. My dad was one of those guys that would sit out in his garage, had a desk in his garage, TV, you know, it was his man cave. They'd be out doing yard work, and they cross the street and they call him Mr. Bill. Hi, Mr. Bill. And my dad didn't cater to nobody. My dad would be like, you effing fruitcakes or you effing F words, you know. But they didn't see him as being slanderous. They didn't see him as being hateful. That was just him. They would come over twice a week, bring him baskets of fruit and vegetables from their garden. They'd sit down and have talks with him all the time. Just I'd go in the garage and he'd be out there. They'd be just having chit chats all day. They didn't see it as we played a game where you smeared somebody. That was a word that we don't use anymore.
Yeah.
We called our friends an F word that we didn't call the actual F words because we knew that was hateful. But that was our friends.
Yeah.
There was a shift somewhere, and it's so convoluted now.
I think the shift happened, I want to say, in 2000. And I'm going to tell you, because I knew a lot of my friends and a lot of girls and guys growing up in school. I heard this way too much. When I have my kids, I'm not going to do them like this. I'm going to let them have that. I'm going to let them feel this way. And when I have my kids, blah, 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 blah. And my parents did this, but when I have my kids, I'm not going to do this. So now, those kids, they're all 20, they're 18, they're 25, they're 30. And that's what's going on, dude. It's that generation that actually said, this is not what I'm going to allow or let happen, or I'm going to let it happen. And it happened that way. And now we got a bunch of softies, man. We got a bunch of softies that just like, I remember at school, we would greet girls, and it was no thing to them if we went up to them and said, "What's up, Yach?" Like,
or dude, I would go to the girl like flip her nipple. I go to the girl flip her nipple.
Yeah,
that's just how it was.
It was a laugh out of her, out of you, and that's all it was. Now,
and I get a slap on the hand and be like, "Stop it."
Yeah. But now it's just so different, dude. They raised a bunch of softies, man. And now those softies are out there raising theirs, starting to raise theirs now. You know what I mean? And that's why we see a lot of, like people say, it doesn't come out of me. I'm just going to say this because I have to relate. But this is why we see liberals screaming, yelling, soy boys. screaming like little children, throwing fits. They go around, and I got nothing against this, but there is a pattern. Tattooed like crazy, like body art to no end. Pink, green hair, red hair all over the place. Just there's no respect for their own body, for their look. No respect for the way they speak to elders. Dude, it's just, and when something, that's where you get these Karens. That's where you get all these young Karens and young boy Karens, and that's what's going on, dude. That's my opinion. You know what I mean?
I think there's an intangible, though, that you're not thinking about. Through all that softness and all that, what was going on, what happened? What happened 5 years ago? That we're now just starting to see, that we're just starting to see how these people are starting to formulate as being adults. COVID.
Okay,
iPad kids.
Yeah, there you go.
iPad kids, kids that missed 3/4 of their high school years and don't know how to function in a public setting. They don't know how to deduce any problems. They don't know how. They just know they deal with it on their tablet.
Yeah. And that's where O'Keefe, like, I'm not on the right, I'm not on the left, I'm not maybe I am a little bit of a conservative, just a little. But this whole men in the women's bathroom thing, if you could literally look at that subject there and be okay with it, like, you're not in the right mind. Like, I seriously believe you're sick. That person's sick, and you're sick for thinking that's okay. You know what I mean? Dancing around in dresses, YouTube videos, dancing in dresses. You know, not mean, like, just ugh. Mr. Cynical, what's up, brother? That's, by the way, guys, Mr. Cynical will be a guest on this show Saturday, the 18th. Shout out to Mr. Cynical. We're going to dive a little deeper into this whole JFK thing. I believe this man here has the answer. I don't know anybody ever in my life that has dove deeper than this man. Just saying. He says, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. G. Michael Hoff. And that is true, and I've heard this plenty of times in my life. Facts, yes. This is why I liked a lot of the things that, I'm not going to say everything he said and did was right, but this is why I kind of liked some of the subjects, I'll say, that Charlie Kirk brought up and argued. Shout out to Cynical. Brothers, tune in on the 18th, 8 o'clock. Hey, check Mr. Cynical out on his YouTube channel, guys. He does very detailed, very good reviews on belts. He has a giveaway. He just did a giveaway. The winner was Stephen Hammer. Congratulations to Stephen Hammer on the belt.
Rigged.
He won the ugliest damn belt, in my opinion. No, the belt that Mr. Cynical gave away was an awesome piece, guys. It was very nice.
What was it?
But I've never you know which belt I hate.
The X Division.
Yes, I X marks the spot. But he won. Oh God. But congratulations to Stephen Hammer for that one. I think we can expect a review. Lately, he's been doing a lot of short reviews, short videos.
Getting a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a taste for that. People's attention span these days is very short. So he's actually moving along with the trend. He's moving along with the trend. I see you, Steven. I see you. Mr. Seneca says, I haven't given the belt away yet. I never had an X Division belt. It's a smoking skull. Oh, oh. It's a smoking skull. I have seen it. It's a beautiful belt. I believe it's a shot belt, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think it is a shot belt.
Yes.
Beautiful belt. Hernandez says, I only went in because the men's was broken. Hey, listen. Whatever happened to just being arrested for doing the honorable thing, guys? You go out and you pee on somebody's wall or tree. You get caught, but at least you can say, I didn't go in the women's room. I did not. Keith says, speaking of smoking skull, I need to re-leather mine, but I have to find a good leather embossed snakeskin backing. Never using vinyl, brother. I tell you the time. Just call on a brother. I have the snake embossed leather. I have the source, bro. Just get at your boy. All you have to do is ask. I'm not gonna always have the answers, but you ask. You might be surprised. Mr. Cynical says, yes, it is a shop belt. Can't wait to come on next week, brother. This is your home anytime you want to. You can come on over here late night. Do your thing. Sure enough, brother, I'll send you to the right people. It's nice and flexible and thin enough, but not too thick to work with, and burnish is nice. Very good. Very, 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 very good. I also have a new dye I'll be trying. Woo, it's beautiful. Classic Shield send you vinyl backing. What? They have done that. There's just some backings that's how it is. Actually, to be honest, Jamar used vinyl backing on the original Smoking Skull. He actually used vinyl backing. How do you know that? Because you can just look at the pattern of the backing. No snake's pattern is repeated exactly the same over and over and over all the way across. And so if you guys really look at a snake skin, no matter how big the snake they catch, it's not big enough for a belt. The width of it consistently all the way across. And if you do get a skin
It's like a fucking anaconda.
Dude. Yeah, you're not going to get a rattlesnake skin to cover the whole damn belt. Okay. And plus, the way it scales and everything, it would never last, dude. It would never last. But hey, you know. Okay, so that's ridiculous. Stone
The price of the belt and the weight of the belt.
Full leather strap, yeah. I mean, if you actually got your hands on a real snake skin to cover a belt, the snake skin itself is going to be in the $300 range, easy. It's just like when people say they used real croc on a belt. No, you don't. A skin of a croc, and I've looked into it, big enough for a belt, you're looking at $500-$600 just for the backing.
Let me see if I have it accessible real quick. Hold on one sec.
Go for it. OQ says, Stone Cold, just order a place from now on and get someone to do it who will give you a quality leather strap. Vinyl is lazy and stiffens the strap. It does stiffen it. One trick I have, one thing I have told people to do, what keeps vinyl soft, use a conditioner for the leather on the front and use Armor All on the back. It's made to keep the vinyl soft and supple. If you don't have that, use the old Vaseline. Lay it on there evenly and then wipe it off the next day. It soaks right into the vinyl, dude. So, petroleum jelly, it's the thing. I used to do upholstery. I did car upholstery. I worked with leather. I worked with vinyl. I worked with restoration jobs. I did a lot. Good one. But guys, yeah, I mean, shoot. Classic Shields, for what they charge for their belts, they should be going out of their way to make sure all their backings are. I will say, Leonas, that's another maker. That guy does good leather work, but no matter how much he charges you for a belt, he'll give you vinyl backing every time. Why? You're getting paid enough to do full on leather.
I know you're a leather guy. So, check this out. This was my mom's purse back in the day when I was a child. And there's pictures of me sitting on it. It was a saddle.
Look at that, dude. That is crazy. What?
And it has her initials.
What?
In the...
Dude,
and it was a little saddle that you open it up. It's got the little wool or whatever that is.
Yep.
But yeah, that was one of them.
That is cool shit right there, man. You know what?
So I got that. Hold on.
Do you know what a bag like that today? If you ask somebody to make that, you know how much a bag like that would go for?
Oh, so check this out. This little strap broke, but this was an
it is gorgeous.
Another purse of hers.
Ooh, baby croc.
That's actual baby croc.
That's actually gator.
Yeah,
that's baby gator. Gator no take no shit.
Look at that.
That is sweet. That is dope.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. You know, I was gonna give them to the wife before she fucked that up, but that's wild, though, right?
Oh God, dude!
I might sell them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I might,
dude. Oh my God, those are fucking. That other saddle one.
Yeah, I mean it's
that, bro. It's
old, like I said, it's older than I am.
Dude, that is so freaking cool.
I mean, the tooling on it and everything is. I mean,
wow. Let me put the close up on that again, dude.
Look how deep that tooling is, dude.
Wow. We're over here bragging about the belt work we do. Look at this little purse putting our asses to shame.
You got the saddle. You got the whole top.
Then again, I watch a lot of saddlery work, man. I literally watch a lot of saddlery stuff, and I'm on a bunch of pages on Facebook from guys that do saddle work. And let me tell you, every time I go on there to look at these guys' work, we get put to shame. And I laugh because there's a lot of guys that in the leather hobby and in the belt hobby itself, we've always seen, as far as I know, leather guys putting leather guys up, bro. We almost never see anybody in the leather industry like us putting a dude that does leather down. I really don't see it. I really don't hear about it. But when I watch these guys tooling all the time, doing florals and all that, dude, it puts what we brag about on our pages, it puts it to shame. Puts it to shame, dude.
I have a clown. I have a clown in the living room. That was my mom's. That my dad got. He commissioned a guy when he was in prison in the 70s to whittle out of driftwood. It's whittled out of driftwood. But it's the clown's got the full clown face, but he's got like a 70s suit on with bell bottoms, the whole bit, dude. Just it's a beautiful piece of art. And I'm just like, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah, O'Keefe, I know what you're talking about, dude. I just called Traditional Leather. They're having a sale on the belt straps. I already bought a lining for them. I bought a set of 10 of those straps with the with the what do they call them? The little ring, the holders for the strap. I've been on Buckle Guy looking at other sites for different buckles. I didn't tell you this, but I'll tell you guys right now. I'm hooked up with a dude who's a silversmith, and we're gonna do our first attempt at making a crumb rind. 100% done on this side of the pond. So this is a guy that for the last 20 years, he's been in Mexico. He's been silversmithing all the belt buckles. He does all the belt buckles for the champion bull riding and all that stuff. I've showed him so many pictures of the crumb rind, and he's like, dude, piece of cake. No big deal. I can copy every inch of that thing, not a problem. So like, but he's also used to using German silver. Our thing is going to be having to work with the materials we're used to working in traditional belt working. But I mean, even if he were to do German silver, it's not going to cost anywhere near what we're paying now for a crumb rind, man, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes, man. But shoot, this guy is going to be doing some pretty nice buckles. If I can get him to do it for the price I want, that I can do it in, I'm getting into belts and turning it in with a belt buckle done. It's not going to be the big old cowboy buckles. I want something nice and trim and slim. It's going to be nice if we can get it done, man. It's wishes and hopes and dreams right now, but hopefully we can get it done. Oh yeah, dude. He sells. He does a lot of things. He sells even the patterns pre-done for like bags, like Ethan was showing, where he's got the patterns. You're gonna hand stitch it all together and everything, dude. Yeah, yes, sir. Guys, we have gone past the time. It's been awesome. We've had a good talks, good times. It's effortless when it's like this. I will see you guys next week on the 18th. We will have Mr. Cynical here. We'll set that all up. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. We will be here at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If we have to change the time a little later to accommodate him, we will. I'll let you guys know right away when I make the post. But dude, this has been an awesome one. Thank you guys for interacting with us, commenting and joining us, spending some time with us. It's the Dozerine, baby. Yeah, it is. And let me tell you,
send it to me. You can send it to me, and I'll send you this custom Happy Gilmore replica putter.
That's dope. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Jim. If you're Bradstein, you're welcome, dude. Hopefully we give you guys something to watch on a Saturday for you guys not to be bored. Again, guys, do not forget, this is sponsored by Mendoza Craft Leather. Yes, sir. Ethan, my boy, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you, my brother.
Always, brother.
See you on the next one.
Peace.
Guys, again, thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Hopefully. And join us here every Saturday. Again, if you guys, because this is something people like doing, there's a lot of people out there. We can't get everybody in on every show, but here you have another platform to do it. If you guys want to send in the belt of your new belt day, the picture, send it in. You want to send in a short little video, a 30-second video to show it off outside, lathering up in the shower, something like, I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Guys, send it in and we'll take a look at it. Also, this show is brought to you by Pinfall Title Belts. Look them up on Facebook, guys. For you guys, if you're new joining in, check them out on Facebook. Pinfall Title Belts, all standard American style etching. It's HD, most commonly known as HD. We only do that. We do not mess around with SD. We do not mess around with CNC. CNC you later. We do not mess with that. We can do the plates. We can do a full belt. We can do a full HD belt on American leather by yours truly. Send it over. We'll get the leather put on there. Go through all the details and stuff, guys. That's pretty much all it is. I guess I'll see you guys next Saturday. Don't ask me to send you things. Oh, dude, let me tell you. I like surprises, is what I'll say. I like my surprises. Mr. Stone Cold. I've heard people send me, care packages, and I am very grateful for them. And believe me, they do not go to waste. I appreciate you guys. Hope everybody is blessed and good. Thank God for today. We put our 2 feet down. We took another breath of life. We can bitch and moan about today, but we can always be thankful that at least we're here to do it. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, of course, he's got a hell of a sexy beard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, guys, again, I'm out of here. See you on the next one. I will put together a outro video. For now, we'll do a countdown and then Wheeze is off, okay? Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.